Hello, Steve White, Steve White 9. Well, I just got my DC Multiverse Batman Classic TV Series Batman, and I did an unboxing. It was a bit long. I was not quite sure to make of this figure because I had a few surprises. The first surprise was the height. When I saw some reviews, they actually said he was only 7 inches, not 7.5 inches like the other DC Multiverse figures. But when you actually compare him to Batman, 89 Batman and some of the other ones, he's basically the same height, just a little bit, tiny little bit different. That actually looks because of the height. He's only a tiny little bit taller, and half of it's the ears. Now, the other one I was comparing it to was the other 6-inch one. Now, this one from NECA, I love the detail, the matte finish. It looks like material, the satiny painted dark navy sort of detail with the boots and the gloves and the briefs and everything. But unfortunately, his build, they sculpted him like some sort of skinny, I don't know, he's got no shoulders, no arms, and it just looked horrible and ruined it. And he's got this skinny neck, and his cowl is hanging under his chin. They just did a really insulting sculpt of Adam West, which he was just an average built guy, a nice fit guy. He wasn't a big muscle guy, but he also wasn't some scrawny little man, which they make him look like. So then we got the 6-inch ones. This is from Mattel. Now this one had some issues. I mean, I loved the nylon cape. Could have been bigger, but at least it was soft and moved, and it very much matched the paint of the boots and the gloves and the cowl and everything. The face sculpt was good, but yeah, his belt was really high, and he had the accurate like detail on there where it's not actually really pushed out or anything. But yeah, his belt was really high, and his pants were a bit high, and his legs are really skinny, and all of the figures were kind of thin. Then McFarland did a version, and it was a much thicker, better build. He looked a lot better. The face was rounder and just as good as that one, but the colour was a little light. The blue was a little bit light. The belt had a very chunky sculpted sort of symbol there, and the cape, of course, although the material itself of it is nice, it's basically just a ribbon which is just stuck on the back, and it's really narrow, and it almost works when it's hanging down directly to look like it's hanging, but really it should be bigger and wider. So I wasn't really happy with either of them. This one I wasn't really happy again because I liked the costume, I liked the size and everything, but the sculpt of him was really insulting. Now this one, when I saw it coming, I was really excited because it seemed to fix all those problems. It had wide shoulders, it had thick arms, he had a nice face sculpt, and he had higher boots and longer gloves and longer cape, although it's much longer than it was in the pictures I saw originally. It's longer than his legs, like it literally, as you can see how far it comes down, so it's literally going to be dragging behind him. It really shouldn't be any longer than his feet. The original only came to the back of his thighs, and this one at least could have come past there, but that's all just down to the ground, didn't have to actually touch. So it's very stiff and hard. It's not soft like this material, which is very movable and quite bright in colour. So there's a few issues, so I'm not really happy with any of them. This is probably the best overall because he's a little bigger than the others. He's got a nice face sculpt, and he's got a nice build, although these joints in the arms that they're trying out, they look really mechanical. They look like armour. They don't really look like real shoulders, which is a bit distracting. And yeah, the cape is really hard. And also, he seems to be like a Barbie doll down there. I'm like, this guy, he may be skinny, but you know, he's well sculpted. This guy, not so much. And he's even got a little dent here. It looks like an innie, like a belly button in the middle of his groin. I don't know what that is. But, yeah, so just a little comparison between all of them. The main sort of 4 1966 Adam West Batman that I'm aware of in this scale. There is one, a larger one. I think this one from Hot Toys, and someone else did one as well. But they're 12-inch ones, so I would buy them eventually and, like, you know, do a video then and compare them then. But this is just the 6 and 7 inches. So I think ultimately this one is the best, but it's got some things I don't like his lack of manhood, and his extra long cape, his extra long stiff cape. Whereas this one, you know, I like the cape. I like the sculpting and the paint of the satin and everything, but he's got no shoulders and a turkey neck. I think if you painted under there and almost hid that the cowl isn't hanging off his neck, it might help him a little bit. I might actually change that. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I just wanted to have a little look at the figures and do a little bit of a comparison. And I was going to show off the accessories I forgot to show before, the Batarang and the bat radio and the fingers, doing the Batusi for the hands, but I actually just lost one somewhere.